Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, we will be talking about the match between PSG and Bayern Munich. And in the second half of this video, we will be talking about 3 players that did take part in this match that might potentially join Barcelona in this summer. And so I wasn't planning on making this video tonight, but I do want to make it because we do have a good amount of players that might potentially come to Barcelona. And so it only makes sense to have this conversation. And so I do firstly want to talk about the match between Bayern Munich and PSG very quickly. So it did end 1-0. Bayern Munich did win the UCL this season, and I think that Bayern Munich fully deserved it. Bayern Munich is a strong team. They have completely trashed FC Barcelona 8-2. They won PSG 1-0, and throughout all of these matches through the UCL and the Bundesliga, they continue to show time and time again why Bayern was the team to beat in this season. And so we must fully respect what they have done. This is a Bayern Munich team that did not spend a lot of money in order to compete at the highest level. Bayern Munich is actually one of the cheapest squads that has ever graced the field, and so for them to do that and bring these results and win the UCL in this way is something that needs to be respected. And so hats off to them. And to be very honest, by the end of this match between PSG and Bayern Munich, it was a very 50-50 game. Like, I really did have a moment where I believed that PSG was going to get trashed 4-1, 5-1, but PSG really pulled through. They really did give Bayern a fight to win this title. I think that PSG played amazing, and simply they just gave a tough time towards Bayern Munich. PSG did their homework. They studied Bayern Munich well. They came in with a specific game plan. They knew exactly how to stop the Bayern Munich attack. They defended extremely well, and so it's not like PSG got trashed by Bayern 3-0, 4-0. There was a few chances that Mbappe did have that I believe that could have been so important to the point where it could have made PSG win this title, but they did not take their chances. And so when you do play against a team like Bayern Munich, chances like that have to go through. They have to be scored, or else Bayern will punish you. And besides that, one of the main topics that I do want to focus on is about Neymar Jr. because going into this match, I was also really thinking that this was going to be Neymar Jr.'s night. I think that I wasn't the only one. I knew that the whole world was expecting for Neymar Jr., one of the players that was supposedly compared to Messi, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, to really deliver something special in this night. And not only that, but this was the reason why PSG paid 200 million euros 3 years ago. This was the reason why they have inflated the market. Neymar Jr. was brought into this club from moments like this. We really did expect Neymar to deliver something special, but unfortunately, Neymar was not enough for PSG to go through and win this match and win that UCL. And did Neymar fight to try and get a goal for PSG? Yes, he did. So did Mbappe. Mbappe also did fight. It's not like PSG were completely shut down. Neymar and Mbappe were really trying to convert these goals. But again, unfortunately, in moments like this, you have to be 100%. And it was very disheartening to see Neymar Jr. just cry after that match was over. You can see that he was extremely upset. He really wanted that UCL title, and I just really do feel like Neymar believed that he could have delivered something special towards this club. He felt like he could have done better, but this is football. This is what happens, and so we're going to have to deal with it. But look, with PSG investing millions upon millions for players like Neymar Jr. and for PSG to fail to win this year's UCL, where does PSG and Neymar Jr. go now? Because this was the closest opportunity PSG could have won this UCL. We don't know if PSG is going to be put in this position again, which is why we do have to question, what is Neymar Jr.'s next move going to be next? And that is what's going to lead me to the 3 players that I do want to talk about, because there is so much uncertainty with some of these players that did participate in this match. And there has been rumors that Neymar could be going back to Barcelona, that Coutinho might leave Bayern and come back to Barcelona and make a comeback. And the 3rd player is Alaba. This is a player that has been rumored to come to Barcelona through this whole year of 2020. And so I'm going to talk about 2 points on each of these players. It's going to be the relationship and where we currently do stand with that player, and the other key point is the probability. What are the chances of that specific player coming towards Barcelona? And we are first going to start with Neymar Jr. So in the beginning of this whole season, this all started with Neymar pushing for a move back to Barcelona. It was clear that Neymar did want to come back to this club. He stated that one of his favorite moments was when they did trash PSG 6-1, and it was clear that he did want that move. And ever since that, within those first 7 to 8 matches, the PSG fans hated Neymar Jr. in the beginning, but as the season went by, Neymar continued to perform for this club, and slowly but surely the fans started to love Neymar Jr. again. And then heading towards February or March, it was clear that Barcelona was not able to meet the demands of Neymar Jr. Jr. if Barcelona was planning on bringing this player in the summer. And we have heard reports about PSG allowing installments to be paid for Neymar Jr. They were giving Barcelona that installment plan, which was again in the time around March or April. We have also heard that FIFA was planning on pricing Neymar Jr. at 150 million euros. We also heard a report from KPMG that because of this whole pandemic, because the players cannot play as frequently every week, the prices of these players did drop, and they did estimate that Neymar Jr.'s price tag would now be around 137 million euros. And just to make all of this clear, all of this was being reported around the time of March and April 2020. But ever since that is where the news stopped, right? That is where there was no further news. We have never heard any report of Neymar coming to Barcelona ever again. There was no updates. And now that we're here today, what is the probability of Barcelona bringing in Neymar Jr. in this summer? And I'm going to be very straightforward. Barcelona right now cannot afford Neymar Jr. Yes, have we heard about the installments plan? Have we heard about FIFA pricing him at 137 million euros? Even with that, even with those big discounts and these installment plans, Barcelona is still not in that state where they can afford Neymar Jr. It's just not going to happen. Because just think about it. If PSG do inform Barcelona that they are going to give him the installment plan, that is just another wage bill, and Barcelona cannot afford another big wage bill. And I want to talk about something important that did happen in this match when Bayern Munich were the winners of this year's UCL. When Neymar Jr. was walking around the field, he was hugging Alaba, he was crying, he seemed sad. Do you not ever think that there was a moment where he did thought of moving back to FC Barcelona? Like, do you not think that Neymar Jr. was out there in the field and saying, I gave it my best, I gave my full commitment, I gave what PSG was asking for, which was the full commitment until the UCL was over. I've been here for 3 years, I tried my best over and over again. Maybe it's time for a move back. Maybe it's time to go back to FC Barcelona. And that is what's going to lead to the question, is that are we going to see Neymar push for a move again in this summer? Does he really want to make that gamble, pushing for that move, and then potentially might not even make it to that club by next season? And here's what I think is going to happen. I think that Neymar Jr. is going to try and move back to Barcelona. I think that the intentions are going to be there between Barcelona and Neymar, that they do want to meet halfway and try to complete something. But in the end, I don't see it falling through. I just don't see Barcelona being economically healthy enough to bring in a player like Neymar. It's just not going to happen. I think that the most extreme needs to happen towards Barcelona to have Neymar Jr. wear that Barcelona shirt again, meaning they have to have a discount on Neymar, which is around 125 million euros. Barcelona has to sell every player that they do intend on selling, and even with the heavyweights. And that is a massive goal to complete, which is why I say that I'm going to have to give a 20% of Neymar Jr. coming to FC Barcelona happening. Moving on to Felipe Coutinho. So now with this UCL being wrapped up, now that we know that Bayern Munich have won the UCL, it is official that Coutinho will be traveling back to FC Barcelona. And so before I do go further into detail about this, I do want to give you guys some news. It says here, according to Roger, Barcelona do not have to pay any kind of variables for Coutinho becoming champions of Europe with Bayern Munich. And again, it's also fully confirmed that Coutinho will be going back to Barcelona. And so we should find the conclusion of Coutinho, whether he's going to stay at Barcelona or not, within these coming days. And it's going to be a very big gamble for Coutinho, whatever does end up happening, because we have to remember that Coutinho came from a place, Barcelona, where he was put out of position, a place where he felt like there was no place in the squad for him. And now that it is clear that Bayern Munich will not be paying 130 million euros to Barcelona for Coutinho's services, what is going to happen with Coutinho next? And we do have some interesting news coming from Fernando Polo. He has stated that Koeman had witnessed the final and was attentive to the evolutions of Coutinho. As reported earlier, Koeman wants to talk with Coutinho personally to find out about his plans for the future. Reality is that Koeman would like to have a player like him, and that is very interesting, because I think that Koeman right now does want to speak with Coutinho. He does want to have that conversation. I think that Koeman wants Coutinho in Barcelona as badly as he wants players like Van de Beek, Depay, and all of those players from Holland, right? Koeman's idea right now is that he does want to play all of the players in their natural positions. He does not want to convert them into a right back, a left back, a right winger, a left winger. He wants to put these players in the right positions. We have heard that in the interview. And so if Koeman is going to be communicating those words, his plans to Coutinho within these couple of days, it is going to be up to Coutinho to decide, does he want to wear that Barcelona badge again? Does he want to wear the shirt and win something great with this club? And Coutinho did say something after the match, and he said this: my contract here is over. I really want to shine, have a great season next year, and work to make things happen like they happened this year. It's clear Coutinho is is a winner. Coutinho does want to win. He does want to continue to improve. And I have never doubted Coutinho's quality. I think that Coutinho can bring great things towards this club. And we know now that there will be EPL teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham that are going to be bidding for Felipe Coutinho's services. And I just hope that whatever does happen in the end, I hope that Bartomeu and the new sporting director do see Coutinho as how can we use him to make this squad better on the pitch, not how can we profit even more money for Felipe Coutinho. I don't want that to happen. And so since we are talking about today, what is the probability of Coutinho wearing that Barcelona shirt again next season? I'm going to have to say that there is a 50% chance of Coutinho wearing that shirt. Koeman will be speaking to him. We don't know what's going to go down, but hopefully Koeman does communicate the right words and places him in the right position if he does end up staying. Moving on to the last player that I do want to talk about, and the reason why I'm going to bring David Alaba on is because I know that when we do talk about this player, who would not be interested in this player? This is a player that's world class. This is a player that is versatile. He can play left back and center back. And for David Alaba to be rumored to come to Barcelona is huge news. And so the last time that we did hear about Alaba reportedly going to Barcelona, it has been said that he does not intend to renew with Bayern Munich and that his contract does end next year in 2021. And seeing what David Alaba can do on the highest level of football, seeing his qualities, it is no question, right? We know that Bayern Munic's main goal is to renew this player. Now, this is where it gets very interesting, that if there is no conclusion, if they find no agreement to renew between this club, Bayern Munich, and Alaba, the only two clubs Alaba does want to go to is either Real Madrid or FC Barcelona. And let me tell you, this is nothing new. The rumor of Alaba choosing to come to Barcelona is nothing new. This has been happening over the past 7 years. We have been hearing ever since Bayern Munich trashed Barcelona 7-0 back in 2013 that he does favor coming to Barcelona. So the relationship between Alaba and Barcelona is strong. There is a relationship there. So here's going to be my final conclusion with this player. If there's going to be no renewal between Bayern Munich and Alaba, Alaba is going to come to a decision. Does he either want to come to Barcelona or Real Madrid? And then it's going to be up to Barcelona to decide, can we afford this player, which is going to lead me. What is the probability of this club affording Alaba? And looking at Alaba's price right now, he is worth around 70 million euros. This is by no means a cheap signing. Barcelona is going to have to spend massively on this player if they do want to bring his services towards this club. And to be honest, right now, Barcelona cannot afford 70 million euros. I don't see any swap deals happening, nor do I not see Barcelona saying, let's forget about Lautaro Martinez's signing, let's forget about Eric Garcia's signing and bring in Alaba. I just don't see that happening. Barcelona can afford this price tag, but other signings are going to have to be put out the way. And so I don't see Barcelona doing that. So I'm going to have to say that there is a 15% chance of this happening. Do I want to see Alaba in a Barcelona shirt? Of course. But financially, Barcelona cannot make this happen. So that is where we stand today with these three players. Let me know, who would you rather favor to wear the Barcelona shirt in the next season? Is it Neymar Jr., Felipe Coutinho, or David Alaba? Who do you think Barcelona do need the most? So that'll be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.